Top two.
He's in the conversation. He's
Top
in the
two,
conversation.
not two. Top two, not two. Sports fans, welcome back for another episode of Tier Talk on Sportsnaut. I'm Connor. This is Dawson. Today we're going to be ranking Philly athletes, but we're doing it a little differently today. We have 5 tiers here. We have GOAT, Legend, just right outside that GOAT category. Fan favorite, those players that we remember, but they weren't necessarily a GOAT or anything like that. In the 4th category, we have Mid, and then we have Ben Simmons. And lastly, we're only doing players from the 2000s and up. Let's get started.
Here we go.
DeSean Jackson.
It's an interesting one to start off.
DeSean Jackson has to be either fan favorite or legend.
Yeah, I agree.
He has memorable highlights.
He left and then he came back and then he got injured and then he got injured.
A lot of favorite moments though. Have the jersey on.
That's fair.
In our lifetime,
I would go
legend.
Yep.
I think DeSean Jackson is probably one of the best Eagles wide receivers we've seen.
That's fair.
Embiid,
I don't think he's a legend yet. It's just not enough winning.
I think that he's going to be. Embiid is a great player. I don't know really where to put him here because he's either a legend or a fan favorite. Obviously, you know, he's the best Sixer past 2010 for sure that we've seen in the last 13 years. But that's not saying much. He's got the midi. That's memorable. But you're right. He's probably not a legend yet. He hasn't made it even to the Eastern Conference Finals. I think we have to put him at fan favorite for now.
Fan favorite until he actually does something.
Sorry to our Embiid fans. We gotta put him at fan favorite for now.
Jimmy Rollins.
J-Roll.
King. He's had some great moments. He was always fun to watch.
I always like Jimmy Rollins for his personality, where I think he has to be fan favorite.
Yeah, fan favorite.
And he is somewhat of a legend.
Close to legend, World Series champion, but
on that team though, like he was probably the 4th best player, 5th best player on the roster, if you count like the pitchers and everything. Jimmy Rollins, fan favorite.
Yep.
Easy.
Jason Kelce, current player. Is he the GOAT?
Is he the GOAT since 2000? You know, the best center in the league for a long time.
Super Bowl champion.
GOAT speech.
GOAT podcaster.
GOAT podcaster.
Great beard.
GOAT brother. GOAT brother with a GOAT singer.
Yes. But is he the GOAT? There's one other person that
Kelce might be a GOAT.
What?
I would have to put him in the GOAT. He is our GOAT for the Eagles, I think, of the 2000, 21st century.
But you know there's going to be someone later on the list. Is he the GOAT of the 2000s?
I can think of 2.
It would have to be the GOAT. There can only be one.
I can think of 2 off the top of my head that also deserve to be in this conversation.
Agholor.
Cooper. Top 2.
He's in the conversation. He's in
top
the conversation.
2, not 2.
He's in the conversation.
Top 2, not 2. If he didn't give,
honestly, you are convincing me. It's more.
If he didn't give the speech
at
the Super Bowl parade, maybe we give this to someone else we're gonna mention later on.
Jason Kelce is Philadelphia.
Also, if he didn't win the Super Bowl, he wouldn't even be in the top.
That's
5
also
probably
true.
of our Eagles GOATs. He's a champion. But
I'm okay with it.
GOAT.
You've convinced me.
He's our GOAT for the Eagles. I know it's early, but how do you say no? Pat Burrell.
Pat the Bat.
Can I just say, might be the slowest Philly in our lifetime. Pat Burrell is not a legend.
There was too many people on that team to even like.
Yeah, Pat Burrell's a good player. Like he's fine, but
I have no opinion on Pat Burrell.
Is he a fan favorite or mid?
I might go mid Burrell. I would let you convince me fan favorite.
The fan favorite part comes to mind only because of that Jumbotron experience. I remember being at the game and everyone was like, oh yeah, vote for Pat the Bat.
Seems like a good fella.
Guy probably batted 220. Let's put him in mid. I'm not even gonna fight this one.
Right.
I'm not gonna fight this one.
Pat Burrell might comment.
Pat Burrell's gonna see this.
You're welcome on the show anytime, Pat. Certainly not a fan favorite.
Not a fan favorite and not a legend. Is there much saying?
I would go mid. I don't think he's Ben Simmons.
No, he's not Ben Simmons.
He's a Super Bowl champion.
I think he's mid. He just never, he wasn't even a bust. He just didn't live up to his potential.
Just a lot of good drops.
He pissed me off a little bit too much. He's mid.
Yep. DJ McConnell.
This one's easy in my opinion. I'm gonna say fan favorite.
I was gonna say.
Even though he probably statistically should be mid. Was very mid.
But those were dark days.
But there's 2 things. 1, I love him. 2, the buzzer beater against the Knicks. Ever since then, everyone loves McConnell is TJ McConnell. Also, scrappy defender, dude.
Just got after it.
Plays like me in high school.
Oh man, did he do that?
I was like TJ McConnell in high school.
I think he's like the definition of a fan favorite.
Yeah, he's fan favorite.
Senior Octubre, Carlos Ruiz.
This one's very similar to the last one.
I kind of agree too. Great catcher.
He was never a great hitter. Wasn't really fast, but we loved him.
Oh,
And he was on the World Series team.
Chooch.
And just being in the crowd, be like,
Yeah, I think he would be closer to legend than he would be to mid, but definitely just a fan favorite.
has to be a fan favorite.
Zach Ertz, husband of Julie. I love Zach Ertz.
Zach
Miss him
Ertz.
in Midnight Green.
This is gonna be interesting.
I think I would go straight to legend.
I was gonna be between legend and fan favorite. I think I know where you're coming from with the legend now. Not much yards recorded after the catch.
He was not a yacker.
He was not a yacker, and he's the reason why he's a good reason why we won the Super
Top
Bowl.
tight end, one of the biggest plays in the Super Bowl.
He was always for like
Just for that play alone, I think he's
Yeah.
a legend.
4 years straight was a top 3 tight end in the league.
And-
Was never number 1 though. You have to point that out.
No.
But we'll call him an Eagles legend. I'm good with legend.
Donovan McNabb, number 5. This is an interesting one.
McNabb's our childhood quarterback.
Unlike Zach Ertz, he was a yacker.
He was a yacker. Took him to a Super Bowl.
Went to the Skins.
3 different categories he could fit into are. He's not Ben Simmons. He's not a GOAT. A legend in some retrospect, but
Mixed feelings about Mr. McNabb.
yeah.
His number 5's retired, which kind of almost solidifies him as a legend.
He took him to the playoffs a good bit, and you have to respect that. He's not mid.
I think I would go with legend.
I'm good with legend. I was wondering where you were going.
It's interesting where we set these tiers up because I don't think he's a fan favorite.
He's not a fan favorite. Yeah, it's probably legend or mid, and
Yeah.
I would lean legend.
Yeah. Finals MVP Andre Iguodala. I loved him when he was on the Sixers.
He won the dunk contest, and he was always fun to watch.
Yeah, but I also don't think he's like a legend.
He's not a legend. He might be the definition of fan favorite.
Yeah, like back then.
I think-
it's kind of difficult when he's been gone for so long and still playing.
Fan favorite for me.
Yeah. Bryce Harper, current player.
For his home run in the playoffs last year,
Very true. I was gonna say this might be difficult because it's only been so long.
I'm going legend.
Bedlam at the bank makes him a legend immediately.
I know we said differently for Embiid because he's still active, still going, but Bryce took him to a World Series. He was a clear reason why they got there.
Back in the playoffs, he's so clutch.
He also won an MVP, just like Embiid.
And he just loves it here. The fact that he's like so Philly now is like makes him a fan favorite already.
Yeah.
But he's deserving of the legend.
Yeah, and he's backed up everything, I feel like.
And he just might be the GOAT by the time it's over.
It's fair. We gotta see what he does, where he goes. For now, I put him at legend.
I agree with that.
He's already a legend.
Alshon Jefferey. This is another interesting one.
A very interesting one.
Took him to the Super Bowl as wide receiver
Dropped the
1.
pass on the Saints.
Yeah, and then she just
Never came back the same.
never heard about him again.
But how about before that?
Interesting with the tiers here
it's-
because he's not totally
It's not mid though. That's where this gets confusing.
But is he a legend? No.
No, he's not a legend. He's the reason why we won the Super Bowl too. He got us there.
Yeah.
I would say we have to let it slide and he has to be in the fan favorite. Even though some fans don't like it.
Yeah, I guess so. Also, you kind of think about like we put Zach Ertz in the legend.
Yeah, that's true.
I think Ertz is more of a legend.
Was with the Eagles longer.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay with fan favorite.
Let's just be biased. Do you like Alshon Jefferey?
I do like Alshon.
I like Alshon Jefferey, so we're gonna put him in.
You
fan
can't
favorite.
dislike him. We won the Super Bowl.
Let us know in the comments if you don't like Alshon Jeffery. Okay, go ahead.
Cole Hamels.
Cole Hamels.
I think he's a legend.
I think he's lit.
World Series MVP.
He's probably the best pitcher, starting pitcher, consistently that we saw in our lifetime. Like obviously Roy Halladay's there,
Yeah.
Zach Wheeler's pretty close there now, but Cole Hamels won a World Series with the Phillies.
Long tenure. No hitter.
Stayed with the Phillies for a while. I think Cole Hamels is easily legend. Possibly, no, I'm not pulling that out yet.
Yeah, I respect the little GOAT shout out. He's not gonna be in that tier. Yeah.
He's not the GOAT. He's not the GOAT. But he's a legend.
Legend works.
Easy
Legend
legend.
LeSean McCoy. Shady. He's like in the Brian Westbrook conversation for best running back
Yeah.
of the time.
I think it's him.
And Frank Gore.
Him and Brian Westbrook are my favorite Eagles running backs in my lifetime.
Yeah. He was so fun to watch. Snowball?
Oh my gosh. Is he a Philly legend? He didn't. He never was in the Super Bowl.
It's hard to like work in like winning with this because they didn't do a whole lot.
He was a fan favorite. If this was going back to when he was still on the Eagles, easily a fan favorite. Now it's like, do we put him at legend or mid?
Legend. I think I go legend. I think they're gonna hang up 25.
Okay. You know, I'll be submissive on this. I'll be cool with legend.
Jimmy Butler.
Mid.
Yeah.
He hit some buzzer beaters. He had some clutch shots, but you know, all he did was win one playoff series. Mid.
Goff and mid. Ryan Howard. Big piece.
Legend.
Easy. Easy legend.
Easy legend. Had the most home runs in the league, 58. I'll never forget that.
He was there for a long time.
Yeah.
Always fun to watch.
Stayed till like, what, 2015? Yeah. Easily one of my favorite players on the Phillies.
Home run derby champion.
He did win a home run derby.
Entourage cameo.
Honestly, cool guy. He's even above fan favorite. Won a World Series with us. Legend. Arguably one of our GOATs, but I'm not putting him there.
Yeah, I agree. Jalen Reagor.
Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons. Chase Utley. Greatest of all time. Or greatest of the 21st century.
Greatest of 21st century.
World champions.
Chase Utley is the man.
He is the man.
He's the GOAT. Not much to say here. I think Ryan Howard and Cole Hamels and Harper all put up a fight on our Phillies list so far.
Yeah.
For that GOAT spot. Chase Utley just edges it out.
It was a very fun time to watch the Phillies, and he was the main attraction.
You know when other teams hate the guy on your team, the best player, that he's a GOAT.
Statue. A statue of this man.
Around MLB, every team hated Chase Utley, and that's why we love him.
Yep.
Chase Utley, you are our Phillies GOAT. And we agree on that pretty easily.
Brian Dawkins. This was the one that I would have fought for GOAT. I was already talked out of it.
Maybe we switch it up. This is the one. This is the one I had in mind. I knew this was going to happen.
Maybe not a Super Bowl speech, but plenty of speeches.
Just imagining him coming out of this tunnel.
Weapon X.
Imagine him coming out of the tunnel. He's like, ah!
He went for it.
I went for it. I just think that not putting him in the GOAT category. All right, you know what? We're changing the rules. Two GOATs for the Eagles. Brian Dawkins, Jason Kelce, GOATs.
I think you can have one GOAT on defense, one GOAT on offense.
And then it's even more respectable. Baseball,
it's
basketball.
Too hard to keep one of them out of that tier.
Dawkins, you are our second Eagles GOAT. We love you. I used to have your jersey. It doesn't fit anymore.
Michael Carter-Williams.
He won Rookie of the Year. His first game, I think he had like 9 or 10 steals on LeBron's Miami Heat. Right there, you think he's a legend. He's not a legend.
Still see some jerseys walking around every once in a while.
Yeah, he's not like, I'm not hating. He made his bag. He's not going to be remembered in like 5 years.
I thought about fan favorite for a second, but
not
I'm
fan favorite. Yeah, honestly, I was between mid and Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons was a good player at one point.
I think the Ben
won
Simmons
Rookie of the Year too.
Ben Simmons tier is more just like he quit on the team.
Michael Carter-Williams did not quit on the team.
Yeah, I don't have any personal problems with him yet.
Yeah, you're right. MCW is just mid. Could have been good. Potentially could have been a legend. Not.
Mid CW.
Yeah, that was well done.
Official. Appreciate that. Carson Wentz.
Ben Simmons.
No. Honestly, there's an argument to be made for Ben Simmons. He
kind of quit on the team, and the team hated him.
He seemed like a locker room problem.
He
just wanted to go hunting. But there was good times.
I know, you could also...
I guess there was good times against Ben Simmons.
I think you can make an argument for legend, mid, Ben Simmons. Not GOAT, not fan favorite.
Yeah, very, very...
Was a fan favorite, we don't like him anymore.
But he had an MVP season.
That's legendary. The fact that he got him to the Super Bowl, legendary. Whatever one we pick, there's going to be an argument against it, right? So where do we give?
I'm personally leaning towards mid.
I think that's fair.
Just thinking about his play outside of one season, he was mid.
That 2017-18 season, he was the greatest quarterback of all time. I think that he definitely should be Ben Simmons. We should be giving him that treatment because of how he went out. I do think that at the end of the day, he's mid.
Yeah. Benefit of the doubt for one season, which he ended up getting hurt at either.
Outside that one season, he wasn't anything special. He was never even a top 10 quarterback again. So Wentz, mid.
AI, Allen Iverson, the answer.
Our GOAT.
Our GOAT.
Our Sixers GOAT. Easy. Not only was he just like an icon, but like only Sixer since 2000 to take him to the finals, and he only lost because he was playing Shaq and Kobe. But you know, besides Joel Embiid, there's no one else even really that's arguable on this list, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's hard to argue that there's been a better Sixer since 2000. On top of the play, the practice. Yeah,
legendary interviews and
iconic.
Speeches. And he's just like, we talk about practice.
He had the headband.
Practice.
He had the arm sleeve.
Practice.
His mom did his braids on Mother's Day.
Not the game. Not the game. Practice.
He was
amazing highlights. Crossed up Jordan. Crossed up the whole Lakers squad in the finals.
Step over.
All of it. We got it. Iverson's clearly our Sixers GOAT.
Thank you for watching another episode of Tier Talk on Sportsnaut. Make sure to subscribe for new episodes every Tuesday. Like the video, comment below what we should rank next time, and make sure to check out all the sports coverage at sportsnaut.com.